Hi, welcome back. This is Mike Noon. I'm the author of the book Speed Learning Secrets of NLP, and I'm an NLP trainer and psychotherapist, etc., etc. What I want to do is I want to take you through a little exercise, a little activity here, if you will, that's going to give you a sense of what it's like to do NLP. So what I'd invite you to do is to stand up, if you will, and I would strongly encourage you to take part in this activity because it will give you a sense of how quickly you can achieve things. So what I want you to do is hold out your left arm in front of you. I know I'm holding up my right arm. Trust me, I know exactly what I'm doing. And I want you in a moment to just turn around when I give you the word and find that place where it gets tight. And I only want you to go as far as where it gets tight, and here's why. Because I want you to look after your body. I want you to be sure that you're going to be okay when we finish going through this process. So you're only going to go around until you find that place where it gets tight, okay? And when you have found the place where it gets tight, I want you to sort of look along your arm like it's the lens of a camera. I want you to sort of notice where you're pointing at on the wall or at the window and sort of just take a kind of a mental picture of that place, okay? So what I'd like you to do now is just go to where it gets tight and that's like that. Okay. And then when you're ready, just come back to the front and you can put your arm down. So, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine what it would be like to go 4 inches further, or 100 millimeters, or 10 centimeters, depending on where you are in the world. So that's about that. And just imagine what it would be like to go that much further. How would it feel in your body? And I'd invite you to feel and just imagine you're doing that easily. I mean, your body just sort of glided around like you're on ball bearings. And obviously, you know, you're going to be looking at a different place on the wall or out the window. You know, you're going to be pointing to somewhere different. And that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? And you could maybe imagine what you'd be saying to yourself. Oh, that was easy. And you could maybe even imagine what other people who could be watching you might be saying about it. And if there's no one there, you could just imagine someone else saying it about you. Okay? And, you know, if you can imagine going 4 inches further, 10 centimetres further, then what the heck? I'd like you to imagine what it'd be like to go 30 centimetres further, or what was known as a foot when I was growing up. And imagine what you're going to be pointing at then. It's going to be pointing at a completely different place on the wall or out the window, isn't it? And just think about, wow, what you might be sort of saying to yourself about how amazed you are that you managed to do this. Wow, yeah, I'm pretty cool sort of character. And you can even think about what other people are saying about you as well. And I would invite you to just imagine that your body just sort of flowed around smoothly and subtly, like you're 15 again. Yeah? Or if you're not 15 yet, like you will be when you're 15. And if you can imagine going around a foot further, 30 centimetres further, what the heck? Let's really stretch your imagination. Let's imagine what it would be like to go around a metre further, or 3 foot, 3 5/8 inches. Just over a yard. And you're definitely going to be looking at a different place on the wall then, aren't you? And yeah, you might be sort of having some internal sort of conversations with yourself. And in NLP terms, it is okay to talk to yourself. You know, we have found that. Research shows it's actually okay to talk back as well. It's just that if you've got any sort of long-standing, unresolved conflicts in there, well, heck, that's just a case for couples counselling. You can make an appointment and come and see me. And what I want you to do now is just to see how much further around you go now. Wow. So, who went round further? Yay! And here's another question. Who didn't go further? Because if you didn't go further, it's probably because you didn't listen to what I was saying, you didn't follow instructions. And you probably find that that's showing up in a whole lot of other areas in your life. So, what I would strongly encourage you to do is to listen to what I say and to follow my instructions, okay? Now, let's look at what happened there. You see, you remember when I first started, I said to you, only go as far as it gets tight. And of course, your brain was listening to this and it heard it. Because what I did in the second bit was I told you to imagine what it would feel like in your body. So that activated the kinesthetic cortex here in the top of your head. And I got you to imagine what you'd see. And that activated the visual cortex in the back of the head there. And I got you to hear what you'd be saying to yourself and what other people would be saying to you. So that activated the auditory cortex is here. So I had a whole lot of your brain lit up and all ready to just listen to those instructions. And it just went right ahead and did that for you. And it's good because your brain is listening for these sort of instructions from you all the time. So here's another thing. What I'd like you to do, I'd like you to imagine what it'd be like to lead a happy, healthy life. And I'd like you to imagine that 10 years further on, that you're pointing 10 years further in your life, being happy and healthy. Because in the Specify video, I talked to you about your resources identified. Remember that? If you haven't seen the Specify video, I strongly encourage you to go back and see it because things will make sense. Your resources. And this is what I meant by your resources. It's your inner resources. It's your power to decide what you're going to think, how you're going to see things, and it puts one heck of a lot of power into your hands. So, that's me done for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love doing this stuff.